Yeah, some of the other girls said they couldn't make it. I guess some things came up, but
Okay.
I figured at least you and I could try, and then hopefully some more can show up. Okay, so our discussion. We have to discuss the key concepts that had an impact on our understanding of the projects completed in the class. So for me, I would say my overall design view of design has changed, especially now that we're using these look and feels templates, and then we can use those to help us create vision boards. So I've realized that to do the look and feel, it takes a lot of research on what, like last time I did a Valentine's Day film festival. So I had to do a lot of research on Valentine's Day and a lot of research on film festivals. And I really like these look and feels and the vision boards. So,
Yeah, the vision boards, I mean it's not a new concept to me. But the way I guess we go about approaching it as far as like laying out the assets first, and then implementing them in our I guess a final design that we submit, uh, I guess is a little different than I've seen on previous projects that I've done. So yeah, that's I would agree with you. It's a little different.
yeah. And that's what brings me back to like what will help me as a designer in the future. I think it's the look and the feel and then the vision board because it just I like everything organized, so I feel like it just comes as a template. It's simple. I can ask my client some questions, and so I think that's what I will take with me in the future is the look and feel and then the vision boards.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So what's your take on I would say messaging and what you got from it as far as the concept?
Oh, that's a little trickier. Not quite sure. The message. Oh, for the okay, yeah. Messaging elements of the brand.
Yes. I
Um,
mean just the idea of the concept of messaging. Like how has that impacted you?
um, I'm not sure.
Well, I could share mine. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
I've
let you
come
share yours.
across I would say a Google ad that kind of had me look at messaging in a different way,
Yeah.
where it's not too on the nose, as they would say in design, where you design something and what you're designing, people would expect that that would be the look or feel or theme. In this advertisement, it was the Google Super Bowl commercial
Yeah.
advertisement, and basically it just spoke to busy family, um, using Google assets really to make life easier, and it had kind of like a robotic voice, uh, basically assisting the person along. And what I got from it was you can utilize messaging to speak to unique target audiences in a way that speaks to them specifically, but also allows others to see value in that message.
Hmm.
So it's not a advertising to everyone
Yeah.
in essence, but it is an advertising to a specific audience. And then you have those, I would say, outliers that are able to trickle in, and you're able to, I guess, benefit from that as a brand.
Oh wow, yeah. I've never actually used the Google thing. Hmm.
Oh yeah, if you just like if you Google Super Bowl, Google commercial,
Yeah.
I it'll basically I think give you a good understanding to me of what I understand messaging to be, and kind of like what they hit on in the class.
Yeah. Well, I guess you understood the messaging concept more than I did. So thank you.
Well, I mean, I don't know. For me, though, I guess the way it was presented initially in week one,
Hmm.
and from what I've seen from others as well, it was a little confusing because it was initially brought up as a service, which some of them, I think the Mandy Madison
Yes.
specifically was to me more of a brand than some of the other ones, like the Wisconsin Toy
Hmm.
Company or ECHL hockey team.
Yeah.
So I noticed as well, people being confused in that way because they were trying to decipher, are they creating a brand or are they using the one that was given? And yeah, I watched some of the videos and I kind of saw, I guess, the instructor clarify that.
Yeah, that took me until he clarified that Mandy Madison is the brand or her no, her concert's the brand.
Yes,
And
a
yeah.
concert's the brand,
Yeah.
and Mandy Madison. Yeah, that was so. I mean, for me, my approach was from week one to just create the brand name as well,
Yeah.
And while I didn't see many people do that, I then realized that that is the direction that we eventually headed. So
Yeah.
for me, that was kind of like, I don't know, something I understood initially. But as I guess elaborate on what you said, the unclearness in that way.
Yeah.
So voice and tone. Do you have your Express mastery journal available?
Actually, yes, I think I do. I usually always have it.
If you want, what'll make it easier is if we kind of go through uh from week one, from the brand message to what you have current, whatever it is, and just kind of discuss those components. I think it would allow us to have a better discussion as to like what you got from it versus what you actually submitted, and
Yeah.
I guess exchange in that way.
That
So you
that's
want to
fine with
start or I start, whichever one.
if you want to start with your week one and go right ahead, that's fine with me.
Okay, I'll do share. I'm gonna share screen 1 minute. I'm gonna send the request to record as well. I didn't.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing the share screen. I don't know why the interface looks different. Yeah. Mm.
If you have passed
Oh, sharing is not turned on. You.
oh, oops, it's not. That's my bad. It's on my end. My fault. Sorry. Um share screen. Oops.
Okay, so I sent the request.
There we go. Okay.
Ah, there we go. I guess you had it listed as like only you can present.
Sorry.
All right, so I'll go ahead and share. So can you see my screen?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so this was the week one branding message.
Hmm.
For me initially, I got inspiration, uh, obviously from the ECHL Hockey League service that we are, I guess, trying to promote.
Hmm.
But I definitely did in the beginning realize that it didn't have uh, a specific brand as a name, or it was just kind of like a service or a category. So I went ahead and I created the Las Vegas Rooks because it was supposed to be in Las Vegas. And the inspiration behind Rooks for me was my interest in chess, and hockey being one of those games that was strategic along with other sports and how they closely relate. So the rook, I would say I used a Persian word rooks, which means chariot, kind of like the old fashioned uh, wooden vehicle that they use for war and just kind of to maneuver fastly. And that was kind of like, I would say, a correlation for me because the rook, as it pertains to chess, actually stimulates from or stems from that word, meaning chariot and chess. So I kind of correlated those two, and also to the rook as a piece. There are two pieces on the board for one color, which is a rook, and they work together. So for me, my hockey league team was a community owned hockey league team, owned by the community, and basically incentives were promoted to target audience of homeowners and business owners in the Las Vegas area. And I guess one of the selling points that I put in basically was them being able to gain dividends and basically be investors into the team. So not only are you a part of it, from a, I guess, fan interactive standpoint, but you also able to benefit monetarily for me. So that was the angle that I took. Community owned hockey league or hockey team in Las Vegas. Basically, it catered to those who are interested in uh, having business meetings, being able to show clients a different experience, as well as homeowners who are maybe just corporate America, regular jobs, who are homeowners who want to show their families a good time, and really have a way to buy in. So the need that I was satisfying with that was affiliation. People's need to be connected. And we live in a world where it's not what you know, it's who you know, and that's very true. you know. So basically, the hockey team was facilitating an environment where affiliation was happening uh, for the benefit of both the hockey team and the target audience of homeowners and business owners. So here are some of the interests, as I explained, associated features, some things that kind of distinguish, I guess, was basically high quality badges, kind of stakeholder credentials, letting everyone know that, I'm a stakeholder here, and giving people as well as business owners that sense of importance and being connected to something bigger than themselves. The lifestyle basically was, corporate employees, like I said, people who own homes, as well as business owners, looking to utilize their business alliances to further, court clients. Associated features, premium seating. Premium seating suites is something that I really, I guess, focused on uh, to promote the team itself. So not going, I say, the traditional route of like, okay, this is the team, da da da. More so speaking to how they impact the community and some of the things that they do to give back to the community that is monetarily and entertainment wise beneficial to the community. Some of the values that I felt fit were building networks, for greater upward mobility. Basically, you have an ecosystem to where you're able to facilitate networking, between community members and those in the hockey sports arena, and in essence, potentially create jobs, just more opportunities for both to really benefit. So that was, me going through a lot of some of the rationale, as I explained to you, was heavily based on chess and like chess movements and how, in the game of chess, affiliation relates uh, because each piece is needed and it's like a team effort in order to win or complete that end goal. So it definitely was for me fitting for the need of affiliation that I was satisfying for both the team as well as the community. So for me, that was the approach. And here's, a visual
Mhm.
um, need for affiliation at play. Here I go more into like the rationale and why I guess it's important. Some of the research that I did was uh, the Marriott Bonvoy for me was another really powerful one for messaging, where they basically created a brand of kind of like targeting to travelers. So it's the Marriott, but it's specific component that's targeted toward people who travel and want unique experiences. So after seeing them and seeing some of the things that they were doing on their channel, I was able to, I guess, get a better understanding of messaging as well. So that's something else that I would share. Kind of looking at Marriott Bonvoy and seeing kind of how they utilize, I'd say, different designers, different destinations to really kind of like drive home their message to those who travel to destinations. And here, this was the assignment, the voice and tone. Once again, the Las Vegas Rooks core message was affiliation, community owner, and team uh, community growth. To whom is it being promised? Las Vegas homeowners and commercial business owners. I thought that was a unique approach as well. If you're familiar with the Green Bay Packers,
Mhm.
they're a community owned team. And I guess I kind of was reminded of that when we started the project. So it kind of was another inspiration that kind of led to that idea of team ownership uh, being handed to the community. Uh, Brand personality. This was an interesting approach. The the is isn't
Yeah.
me. Some of the challenges I would say for me was using the word is for everything and isn't, and I'm like, well, maybe I want to use are and are not, right? Like, but I'm stuck within this bounds of like is and isn't. So
Mhm.
okay, whether it's grammatically correct or not, all right, I guess. But the Las Vegas Rooks is a community based. They aren't omnipresent. They're not all over the place. In different areas of the nation. They're in Las Vegas where they invest. Heavily into their community. Um, it is an opportunity driven. Some of the things that I talked about, I guess, in my rationale was providing opportunities for the community. Like I said, for jobs and programs, different things. And this was my understanding of a way, just one, to promote the team itself, because I think it is easy to go the route of promoting the team, and but I think when a community sees that you're buying into them, then they have a way of buying into you. So it's not your traditional route of promotion per se, where you spend millions of dollars, you know, talking at the community versus involving them. So yeah, this was my promotional effort in that way, and also selling like unique experiences through the suites, the designated owner suites, giving them a sense of like affiliation and connection. Las Vegas member guided. I think that's important too because a lot of the times when you hear about a sports team, you don't hear too often where the fans have much of a say in that way. It's
Hmm.
usually team ownership, team management, so just kind of having this idea of community having a say and being a stakeholder, uh, I guess, nullifies that aspect of sole proprietorship. Potential taglines, I've since updated them.
Yep.
Some of the ones were, building community both vertically and horizontally.
Hmm.
Uh, this stemmed from the idea of like how rooks moves on a chessboard.
Yep.
They can move horizontally and vertically. So I was drawing, I would say, inspiration from my initial idea of chess and how it related to affiliation. One of the things that I understood about the project is there should be some critical thinking involved. Some authorship. So these are the areas that I saw that I would be able to take liberty in. Developing community pieces and furthering initiative, developing initiatives for the betterment of community, or some of my starters. I've since, like I said, updated those. I'll be submitting those for today's assignment that we submit. But positioning statement, uh, basically describing the feeling of being a team owner and walking through the tunnel, you know, having a sense of like, I belong here, my dollars, my time, my effort are something that is valued in this space. Was something that I aim to do with my narrative. Uh, no season tickets or corporate sponsorships. You are a genuine owner with a premium experience and the pride of being a true part of the Rook's success. So yeah, that's kind of and here's a video, basically me. This was my visual, that I wanted to kind of utilize, kind of showing the stadium,
Yep.
the environment of like, okay, well, not everyone's there to see the hockey game. Some want to just interact. It's a community environment. And if you know anything about a community space,
Hmm.
everyone's accepted and may not be doing the same exact thing.
Yep.
So that was my take on that. Let me come out of here. And basically just more, I would say, rationale as far as the messaging and the taglines and how I arrived at these things. You know, a lot of the research that I did was into chess and how does it really relate to affiliation and where can I really draw those correlations. And yeah, so now we're in the week 3 component. So I'll pass it off to you.
Oh,
I'll stop sharing now.
let's try here the right one. Okay. Can you see this?
Yes, I can
Okay.
see.
Okay. So I did the Mandy Madison one. So of course I got confused trying to figure out what the brand was supposed to be until I figured out that it's the concert. So I needed the concert to have a theme. So I ended up going with Woodstock.
Okay.
So I made Mandy more of like she's a 1960s vibe person who's trying to bring back the excitement of Woodstock. Um, so it's kind of like how you were trying to relate chess to hockey. I was trying to find a way to relate Woodstock to the concert tour because Woodstock wasn't, it was a 3-day concert where everybody just stayed, but this is supposed to be a concert tour, so I'm trying to make it more like a traveling, like a Woodstock traveling theme.
Okay.
So, to whom? Oh yeah, okay. So it'd be a mix of generations, with people that are there for the message of love, peace, and music and cultural legacy of Woodstock. And then again, you got your is and your isn't, which was a little confusing at first because it is
Hmm.
free-spirited, but it isn't exclusive and it is creative expressive and it's not technology focused and it is communal but not strictly structured. Yeah. My
Okay.
potential taglines, these two I haven't changed yet, but I need to. But I do love the a legacy of peace, love, and music so far has been
Okay.
my, and then that's just the rationals. And then this was my inspiration picture was the Woodstock flyer.
Did you create that or?
So no, so this one I found when I had looked up I looked up 1960s like hip stuff and I found the Woodstock's original 3-day poster. And I don't
Okay.
know. I just kind of liked the, I guess just Woodstock. I really just thought Woodstock when I saw it. And then I was able to get my look and feel done because I'm a nerd like that, but uh I did get some feedback about, like the guitar doesn't really make sense and my patterns are supposed to be based off of my shapes, so that I have to change. And then some of my photos, because he said I've got black and white and then I've got colored photos. So really, I'm just trying, like I said, I'm trying to connect Woodstock with this Mandy Madison person that I'm creating. That
I
makes
think they're pretty
sense.
closely related in that way, where they're both music, right? They're both
Hmm.
involving concerts. For me, my only question would be like, where do you see you being able to add to the aspect of Woodstock? Because Woodstock is a pretty, I'd say, established uh, venue, like
Yeah.
location. So
Yeah,
it's
'cause
like, oh,
it was located on some farmer's land he had given up, not given, but let them purchase it to borrow. So that's the other part I'm trying to connect is that this is more of a concert where Woodstock was more of like a 3-day, this one area. So I'm trying to take it and like make it like a peace, love music, but like she travels.
well, I know Woodstock to be that, right? I think
Mm,
Woodstock for me, I think about hippies, psychedelic.
yeah.
Uh, I definitely do see guitars. I mean, I don't know why that wouldn't match. Like guitars to me is like a on the nose, like
Right, right
that's
on
what
the
you're
nose.
expecting to
Yes.
see,
Or
you
like those
know.
little drums. Yes.
But I think too for me, like some of the joy in challenging yourself to step outside of what's on the nose, right? Because like I think I said earlier, like that's expected. But
Yeah.
like what can you create that would be, I would say, something that, wow, I'm not expecting that, or I didn't, I've never seen that before. And I think that that's where the true value for some of these projects lie for all of us, to be honest.
Yeah.
And your ability to create something original, with your authorship, with your take, especially for a thesis. I think, I don't know, I just think of something that's specific that you created, and that you can call really your own. You know,
Yeah.
whatever insight that is. So I don't know. I'd go deeper. I'd say with the idea of Woodstock and how creative I can get with it, because I think this is, from my understanding, supposed to be a developmental process. So along the lines, I'm understanding
Yeah.
that we can make changes, you know,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah. And that's kind of what I got told last time is that I kept it safe. I didn't go outside the box and push myself more. So that
yeah.
just reminds me to push more.
I don't know. One exercise I think is pretty useful is, you know, you back in the days you would have like which thing doesn't belong, and
Yeah,
it'd be like three pieces of fruit and then a wrench. Well, for me, I think I find certain value in finding a way to relate that thing that is said not to belong. And that's where I feel like you really hit on some creative material that is uniquely yours because nobody else is going to relate that wrench and the fruit like you will, you know, exactly,
yep,
you know. So that's just for me some things that I've come across and experienced, you know. I know when I was reading minds to you, like chess and like hockey, they relate strategically, but like finding a way to relate them in other ways, I think is once again your unique authorship, your unique uh, hand on the project that you're doing.
yeah. So we have 8 minutes left. That's how long it lets you record. We just have to talk about our team name, our group name, which was the Astros, which I mean, for theme at first, I thought baseball. It's just me. But then I thought space, and then I was like, oh, baseball in outer space. Yeah, I didn't really. Those are the only two things I could come up with for the Astros. So the specific need would be either passionate about baseball, if that's the direction we should go, or you're passionate about space, if you're going Astros that way. I Googled Astros and then so what came up was space or the NBL team. So those are the only things I could think of. Um, and then if you add an adjective to it, does it change the focus? Which, I mean, yeah, because you could do promising Astros, you could do ascending Astros, developing Astros.
I think the key component is motion, right? Moving in some direction.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with like physics,
Yep.
vectors, they have a magnitude and a direction. So when
Hmm.
you say that, going in a positive direction or inclining with your project or your career or whatever it is you're ascending, um, I would relate it to the team itself. You know, maybe the team itself is a creative team that is ascending in different ways for everyone. Everyone's on that same journey. The Astros traveling. From what I know, it's like a shooting rock or star of material that's traveling, you know, and it doesn't really have a destination per se. And
That
I
is a
think that's interesting.
that's a really good, like, I like the way you put that. That was really good.
Yeah, it doesn't have any destination, you know.
Yeah.
So and it's very much like the project that we're doing in that way, where it's a work that you know you have like running things like you're continuously adding to them. So it relates to that in as well, where it's not a finished end product for your thesis. It's something you could probably develop further even after you've completed your degree, right? You know, and I think that's some of the train of thought that I have in that way. Where how can you utilize this project beyond uh, just submitting a thesis for graduation, right? Like most of the times that I've seen a thesis, it's something useful that you brought to industry that you've researched that other people can find value in. So I think that's another aspect to kind of challenge yourself in ways of like your project, you know, with the Woodstock. You know, how can you maybe get away from what people expect for Woodstock and hit on some of the things that, you know, were going on behind the scenes, business wise, promotion wise. Just a lot of space, I think, for creative expansion for you.
Yeah. Well, I think we did a very, very good discussion. We only have 4 minutes left, but I think it was good. So if you're okay with it.
No, no. I mean, if you had any questions for me, I mean, we could utilize the 4 minutes or
I mean, I don't right now, but I might eventually down the future have some questions for you. You got some good insight. I like it. It's very nice.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was very, very nice meeting you too.
Likewise, likewise.
Yeah, so I will go ahead and upload this to YouTube and I'll send it to you on Facebook FSO too, so you have it.
Not a problem. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was really nice
And
meeting you.
likewise, enjoy the rest of your evening, Cheyenne.
You too. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.